it's a tough situation.
Yeah. Well, Jared has immunity, so they're all looking at saying, okay, if there's a chance that one of them two have an idol, it's going on token. So I'm sitting here thinking, is it really worth risking either me or Coco going home? Like,
that's what their backup plan is. I mean, it's kind of crystal clear.
Yeah, so that's why I want to take this opportunity to flip over. That and the duo that tight this late in the game is dangerous. Like, they've been together the entire time. I spent the whole time, I can't even count how many tribals with them because our tribes suck. So, I want to get the idol out, and I want to get one of them out. Which is why I'm coming to you with this.
Yeah. As with last time, I trust you over them three to do any of this. Over Coco, of course, especially after what she just pulled. I mean, it's actually kind of gross that already, like, Tyler's showing off once again how cocky he is by just sending Coco over to do the work and say, oh yeah, I think I'm the vote this time. Honestly, that pisses me off. But at the same time, it's touche, right? Because I tried to mount an attack the same way they did against Owen, without my knowledge. That was the intention of the vote last time. It's whatever.
Yeah.
I guess I believe you this time that it's not BS, right?
Yeah, it's not BS.
Okay. Yeah, because I still want them gone the same as before. So it's just a matter of waiting it out and really truly figuring out who they're going to play that idol on, because even up until the vote, I'm going to be sweating as to which one of them they're going to alternate it between, because it's going to be a mind game. I'm not settling for voting Coco here as a safe vote or anything. It's got to be one of them too.
Yeah,
I would rather go to the jury, which is where I would be heading at that point. The thing you need to worry about is if they're really terrified of Jared having an idol and I know about it, they might just switch on to you anyway.
Exactly. That's why I'm coming to you. I'm saying, okay, these people, they really, now that I think about it, they really can't be trusted. They really hadn't had a chance or a reason they would want to vote me out before, but now they actually have a reason to vote me out here.
Yeah.
So, y'all, I knew that y'all two are in the minority right now.
Yep.
And I was hoping that I could help y'all change that.
Thank you very much. We could use a helping hand. It very much helps that Jared has the necklace, because otherwise it would be there'd be two parts to this game as opposed to just the one.
And we just have to guess.
At least now I know, like, okay, I'm the target from them, so hey, I'm prepared for it.
And I can tell y'all what they're gonna do. Like, if
I
they
know what
tell
they're
me
gonna do.
anything.
Oh yeah, well, the idol.
I'm talking about with the idol.
Yep.
Well, I just wanted to put that out there.
Glad you came and talked with me. I really appreciate that. Regardless of the circumstance right now, I'm telling you, if they make it to the final, that's a big deal for them too. They're going to be so happy.
Yeah. And they really think that they're going to do it. Me,
you, and Jared would be, despite being Karama members, it would be probably one of the most obscure finales to such a crazy game. But I think it would just be funny because, who would have saw that coming? I sure didn't,
they think that
5 days ago. Though
I think that us three are tight as crap. And we were up to this point. I thought that me and the two that I got out of that sucky tribe with, they think that we're tight as crap now.
And, a lot of people say that Coco's an easy bring to the final. I don't even think that's true.
I don't even think that's true either.
Something tells me that there's a way in which she can actually present.
Alright, that's enough. So, what you just got done listening to was exactly what I had expected to be listening to if my clan failed. And that was a call from Trey, now wanting to make the move on Katie and Tyler. Probably because he wants credit for it. He wants credit for having spotted it and being like, I know they're a power duo, I need to get rid of them. He wants credit for what I tried to put together last time. But in doing so, he helped us to get rid of our idol nullifier, which had Katie gone in an instant. He basically exposed me for what I was, and he's created a mess that did not need to be made in order to get this accomplished. He has made it harder to get the move done that he wants all the praise for. And what's even funnier is that even though this is why he is doing this, I'm still doing the work. I just spent, before I left to go have dinner with my family, including my brother who just came back from college for one weekend, right before that, I was frantically typing up an entire scenario list on how to possibly avoid this. That scenario list includes the two scenarios in which either one goes, Tyler or Katie, and also the chat logs that I'm going to have him read. Not word for word necessarily, but if he were to be on call with them, that he'll at least read parts of it out loud, so as to hopefully convince Tyler and Katie that what is being said in those notes is actually what we said in the chat. And hopefully that dialogue that I manufacture almost entirely by myself, maybe some of it gets mad-libbed by Trey, but that's going to be what ultimately is what I'm going to have to do to maybe possibly get Trey to be able to successfully fool them into wasting the idol, or just simply not playing it. Either one works at this point, but it would have been gone completely if you just made the move one round sooner. I laid out everything you're talking about with Coco being tight with them, I already told you about, and you probably already knew it too, and you stuck with them one round too late, and now the idol nullifier's gone. Now we have to play this 50-50 game, and your ass is honestly on the line. And I know you realize that, but this didn't have to happen. You wanted so badly to not let me have that big move, to not be able to make that check, that you screwed yourself to do it. And, if this manages to go through, it's gonna all fall badly on your shoulders, because that just makes my move's only going to work again, except it's going to be one part and another part. One part to get the extra vote, the other part to get the vote done as I had intended. Took me 2 tries to get Christian. Alright, it's going to take me 2 tries to get one of these two. Fine. I didn't even cast a vote technically. So I'm not even technically on his side on that last one. So I didn't even vote improperly. So it really only looks good for me still. You made it harder on yourself and yourself only. You're recognizing you have a slim chance at winning it at this point. So you want to make sure I wasn't able to make it. But was it worth it? Because if I'm still here, I'm going to be able to check the box anyway. It's just... Hold on, he might have messaged me just now. No, he didn't. Now, we were going to call again, and I'm about to present him the list of notes and the manufactured chat logs that we're having in order to sway them as best as possible. And I'm going to tell him, don't read it off like verbatim, just pick little sections that you can read off like we would normally do, where it's like, Token said this, and read it out a little bit. Now, I know Tyler and Katie pretty well. I know Tyler very well. He likes details. He likes he's more likely to be convinced if you give him details. So this is going to be the way to fulfill that. This is going to get him convinced that what Trey is telling him is what I'm actually doing, because I'm trying to make these chat logs sound as realistic as possible right now. And I only really want Trey to read maybe 1 or 2 lines of it, whichever ones he chooses that makes the most sense. Or if he's chatting, not to type them out word for word, but maybe paraphrase them a little. So as to make it look like there's debate, there's discussion for what we're doing, so that they really think that what Trey is saying I'm doing is what we're actually doing. It's just frustrating to have that taken from you, and not even for a good reason. Because what Trey has just pulled doesn't benefit him anymore. Because if this works for him, he may think it's a check in his box, but it's a check in mine. God fucking damn it. And I so hope I can pull it off, because then it's just Final 5 and Final 4. If I win both those immunities, nobody can say I went on an immunity run and that's why I won. It'll just happen that way. And frankly, maybe I can make it to the end without that even. I hope, because very meh on challenges. But anyway, that's where we stand right now. For anybody else wondering, I have not given up. Right now, his Wi-Fi is apparently struggling. That kind of sucks. Hoping that he gets that up and running. I will stay awake all night long if that's what it takes to get this man on a call and show him what I'm talking about. Because this is big. Like, the trend so far has been on every even numbered amount of players, I vote the right way. So maybe this is my time. And of course, obviously every odd numbered amount of players, I always vote the wrong way. So kind of, I'm in a bad situation, I get myself out of it. I'm in another bad situation, I get myself out of it. That's kind of the storyline I'm building right now. Because of the fact that I've had a lot of failures, but every single time I've picked up the pieces and been the orchestrator of what followed. Or at least very close into the loop of that. So, it's not over yet. And anybody that thinks it is a fucking idiot. Alright, sorry, I shouldn't have said that. It could very well be over, but I do want it to be. I want to be here. I want it so badly right now. More than any of these people do. And I know that for damn certain. I want this title more than any of them do. Because they've got lives that all seem very, very happy right now. Mine's average right now. I'm trying to get myself into a better position than I was before. I am the person, I know for a fact I'm the person that wants it the most, and I feel like I'm also doing the most. And to have something like this potentially be what ruins all of it, and it's not even for the benefit of the person that did it. Words can't describe how irritating that is. It's all part of the game, right? Pitfalls and etc. At least now I have a clear structured plan for what I'm doing in the final 6. Before it was kind of just going to be we didn't really know what we were going to do moving forward. I was just kind of hoping we'd figure something out after Katie went on, but that didn't happen. But if I make the final, if I'm not on the jury and I make the final, it's very hard for me to believe that I would lose at this point against any of them, against even the Yokatsus. That story ain't gonna last. That story is one part of the story. We made it to the end of Yokatsu. Yeah, so whatever. You guys had an idol to help, all that stuff. I had nothing except the cash. And frankly, the only reason Tyler even knew about what happened yesterday was because Trey told him. Tyler had no idea on the call last night that this was happening. And he's the kind of guy that would say, because he said it before, like, you, Christian, Taylor, and Jared could be pulling something on me. He would say countless times, I'm nervous about that. And then I proved that I wasn't doing that. And then the next call, he was nothing but happy and joyous. And he suspected nothing. There was no part of him that saw this coming, the 3-2-1 that I was putting together. The only reason he knows is because of Trey. And if I were in a final tribal against Tyler and that were to come out, the only time you the only time you truly had power, I don't know why I'm saying it like that, not the only time you truly had power, I guess the only time You ended up in danger. The only way you got out of it was through someone telling you. And, you know, I think he should have suspected what I was trying to pull, at least. And I cannot imagine that he just thought of, oh, this must be what Token's doing now. Trey just told him everything, and it's such a hard game. Let's see if he's available to talk now. Oh shit, he is. Oh no, it's Katie. What? I guess I'm gonna head out. Katie's trying to talk to me. Be very careful.